speaker view on the thing. So just so you guys know, and I'm going to use this as a reference just to kind of keep this simple, is 15. So this story should encourage you. All right. So I had, when I was like 27, I got started in networking. I got real excited about it, obviously, because I saw guys that didn't seem like they had it all together that were making great money. And some of them were making obnoxious money. And I bought into it. I bought into the concept. I bought into the dream, and I did okay. I was able to get out of the bar business. I learned some stuff. And then like 4 years later, I got into another company. And then maybe 4 years after that, I did another company. And then that one lasted like 6 months, and another one only lasted like a year. And then I actually got to the point where I got frustrated after 10 years of doing networking. Now, I hadn't had a job in 10 years, and I was really excited about that. I had 3 kids at the time, and I didn't, and I was like, man, this is amazing. This is incredible. I'm so excited about what we've got going on. And just things just tanked. And I remember I just lost all my hopes and dreams, because I had bought into the fact that you could make $5,000, $10,000, $50,000, $100,000 a month. And I'd been living that in my head for years, 10 years, but then just things just did not seem to work out, and they basically tanked. And I finally had to come to the realization that I thought that I was just done. Like I can't do this anymore. The last company I was with didn't pan out like I thought it was going to do. And I got my first job I'd had in 10 years as a personal trainer in a small little country club, little room in a country club at a golf course, basically a nice community. And that was it. And I was getting up at 3:45 in the morning, and this was before I was a morning guy. So that was killing me. Okay. Now I actually get up at 4, and I enjoy it. But back then it was killing me. And I remember justifying it because I had 3 little kids, and I would just think to myself, it's okay. This is my lot in life. I'm good. I'm going to settle for this. I'm bringing home enough money basically to feed the kids. If I just make maybe $1,500 to hopefully $2,000 a month, it'll pay for the house. Stacy's still waitressing at night. That's what she did for years, was waitress at nice restaurants. That was what I put in my head. Somebody then introduced me to another company, and I blew it off. And then they talked to me again, and it was the company I did. It was called Zango, and I joined it. They had a unique product. They had good timing. They were just coming into the States, and it was an easy story to tell, and it was a demonstratable product. It was a nutritional, okay? And I didn't think anything of it at the time. And the reason I'm telling you this story is because I understand where a lot of us sit in the networking industry, okay? Because we've all bought into the dreams, and a lot of times it hasn't panned out. But no one really knew who I was at the time. No one cared, and I was broke. In fact, the one of those weeks I was there at the personal training, I actually had to borrow $40 off of my boss as a float, because I didn't have enough money to have the gas money to get home. I didn't think I was going to make it home, and I needed to stop and get milk and some like cereal for the kids. And that's where I was at. Okay. So I understand about being broke. Okay. And it was a while too. It was broke for a while. And Stacy would, hopefully bring home $50 to $100 a night, if she, was waitressing. And it was humiliating to me, because I'm supposed to be this big guy and, the breadwinner, and I wasn't, I was bringing home burnt toast. Okay. So that's what happened. But here's what I'll tell you is, when I found a good company that looked stable, and I just said, okay, I'm going to give this thing one more good shot. All I did was I literally stayed consistent in inviting people to take a look at something. I kid you not, that is all I did. In between my clients at the work, I didn't have a cell phone. I couldn't afford one at the time. They had the phones that were on the wall that had the little push pad keypads, and I would just call people. I did it exactly the same thing I'm doing right now. I went old school with a yellow pad, and I would write down people's names. I would call them up and say, hey, I'd have a little short conversation, say, I just got involved in something. I think it's going to be huge. I want you to take a look at it. You can say no, I don't care, but I wanted to tell you ahead of time. I've done my due diligence. I get what you might be thinking, but I don't care. I don't want you to be upset if this pans out like I think it's going to, that kind of thing. And I would just basically, I would send them I would send them information to look at something. Okay, doesn't matter. It was the activity of the consistency that did it. So here's what happened. I was consistent after a while, and then I finally got somebody in. Then I got another person in. Then I got another person in, and within, like, 2 months, I'd gotten my residual check of the people that I gotten in up to like $400 a month, which to me was like 4 million at the time, right? $400 a month in addition to me making like $1,000 personal training was fantastic. The next month it went up to like 700. The following month it went up to 900. Following month it went down to like 700. Following month it went up to 1100. The next month it went to 3000. Next month after that it went to 4200. Next month after that it went to 6000. Then it went to 8. Then it went to 15. Like, it just started going boom, 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 boom. Obviously, I quit my personal training job back when I hit about 3,000 a month, and I was like, man, we ended up making in that company over a 4-year period. I made about almost $1.5 million in that, and it kind of is what set me up to where people knew who I was and that kind of thing. But you can't get to those positions unless you have the story that you're listening to right now or you're about to experience. So what I'm telling you right now is the fact that everybody's been through it. Okay, all of us in most cases have done more networking companies that we want to do. I just have confidence right now. I'm just, to me, I look at these things, I analyze them the best I can, I make the best decisions I can, and really what it comes down to, in my opinion, is what if it works? What if it works?